Hello, Solutions Center. I'm back. All right, so made some changes based around the feedback that I got from you guys. Some cool and exciting stuff to show you. So let's jump right in. We're going to navigate to our project. And one of the key pieces of feedback that I got was subtasks being able to transition to a state that was further ahead of the story. In other words, a subtask could go from open to ready, ready to in progress, with the parent story still being left in open or ready. Doesn't really make sense, obviously. So we were able to make some changes around that. It wasn't easy to do. And in fact, I had to go out and get a Jira plugin to solve that particular problem. And it is something that we're going to have to pay for. It's not very much money. But I did have to spend some of Darage's money. So after you're done watching this, make sure that you go and give Daraj a back rub. If you see that his coffee is getting a little low, make sure that you go and refill his coffee for him. Make him as comfortable as possible so that we make sure that we continue to fund this add-on. So anyways, let me demonstrate it to you. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create an issue, all right, a story. And we're just going to make this one a test, and we're going ahead and create it. So there's my story. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to create two subtasks, and I'm going to demonstrate what's going to happen. So I've created my two subtasks, and as you can see, the parent story is in an open state. The subtasks are both in open states. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click on the subtask, and I'm going to change it from open to ready. And then I'm going to go back to our parent, go back to the backlog, and now our parent has actually transitioned to the ready state that you can see. All right, so it at the very least is matching the first subtask that was moved. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take care of the second one as well. Now they are both in a ready state, and we'll go ahead and we'll drag that up. So if we come over here to our backlog, or excuse me, to our active Kanban board, we've got the parent story and we've got the two children stories, or the two subtasks. Now I also further follow that up with that same behavior where it will automatically move the parent story to match the state of the subtask, but it won't go any further than in progress. All right, so if we go ahead and we take this one and we're going to move it to in progress, and we're going to take this one, we're going to also move it in progress. And then there's a little bit of a refresh issue. If I leave it alone, it'll eventually refresh itself, but you can see if I just click on the issue, it's already moved it to in progress. All right, so if I go ahead and I close it, you can see how without me doing anything, it's automatically moved it. Now once I take them forward of in progress, notice it doesn't do anything to the parent story. All right, and the behavior at this point is the same as we saw previously. And now once those subtasks are done, now we can transition the parent story to done. So again, if you have a story and you've created subtasks around that story, then if the parent story is in an open state, and you take one of, at the very least, one of the children's stories or the subtasks, and you move that to ready and then to in progress, it will drag the parent story to that same state so that it will match. But again, the parent story will not go any further than in progress, and the parent story cannot go any further than in progress until the children are indicated as done. That was not easy to pull off. That was a little bit of a tricky thing, but I really love the way it came out. It really kind of makes the workflow around parent stories and children's stories. It makes it really kind of foolproof. As well as the plugin that we got gives us a whole wide range of options of things that we can do in the future that we couldn't do previously. So if you can think of things that you want to have automatically happen based on some sort of condition that's happening on the board, don't hesitate to reach out and ask me, because chances are we probably have the ability now. So again, that's all based around the new plugin that I got. Right now, it's just on a temporary subscription. I need to talk to Daraj about getting it added to our bill. And again, if you like it, make sure that you treat Daraj right. Back massages, compliments, refill his coffee, all that kind of stuff like that. You warm up his seat for him before he arrives, that kind of thing. Make him as agreeable as possible. All right. Okay. So with that said, so the other piece of feedback that I got was having components removed. There was some feedback that looks like there isn't really any desire or a need to use them. So you can see that components field has been removed, and it's been removed from all issue types. So we'll just go ahead and we'll check that really fast. Go ahead and create an issue. I'll just start off with Epic. I like to start off with the bigger stories first. And no components. Go to story. And no component field. And we'll go to bug. No component field. And task. No component field. The other thing that I did was there were several fields that that last time I was testing I kind of flagged as probably needing to be removed, and I went ahead and I did that. I also took these fields and reordered them a bit. So that the layout makes a little bit more sense. So if you see some of the fields have been reordered, that was done on purpose. That was done by me based on what I kind of think, based on my experience. What should be a kind of a better fit. But if you have different ideas, please let me know. Happy to reorder them, whatever the case may be. So the other piece of feedback, and actually this one is more directly related to Tom. Tom, you really liked the releases, and but you didn't have the permission to do so. So I've made those adjustments. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to demonstrate to you that you now have the permission. So I'm going to come up here to Jira settings. I'm going to come up here to user management, and I'm going to pick Tom, and I'm going to log in as Tom. So you can see that I am now logged in as Tom. I am no longer Sean Still. I am now Tom Herbert. And you know what? The funny thing is that I actually feel smarter and I actually feel better looking now that I am logged in as Tom. So now that I am smarter and better looking, let's see if I have the necessary permissions to do what it is I want to do. So I'm going to come up here to the project. I'm going to go ahead and close that out just to get that out of the way. We've got several stories here. None of them have any kind of version. We're going to see if we have the ability. We're going to click new version, and you can see that we have the ability. I'm just going to go ahead and do this release just to test it all the way. 1030, oops, 1030-18. Go ahead and hit release, and our stories are gone. So now, Tom, you now have permission to release stories. And now I've got my window back up. Now I'm going to switch back to myself. All right, so I'm not Tom anymore. Now I am Sean Still. And suddenly I feel deflated. I feel a little less good looking, and I feel a little less smarter. But that's okay. I'm going to have to deal with it. So that is the changes that were made based on your feedback. Really appreciate all the feedback that you guys have given me. Trying to make this Jira instance as productive for you as possible. If there's something that you can think about possibly needing, or something that you want to try, whatever the case may be, please reach out to me, and we can go ahead and we can give it a shot. Okay, so with that said, those are the Jira changes. Hope you enjoyed them. Hope they work for you. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.